Murder. His mind, no doubt, was on some piece of writing. Now, the concentration of the artist is such that it can obliterate all other scenes.
Well, it sounded a convincing enough argument when you said it, Father Brown, not when Blake did. The jury will bring in a verdict of guilty in the morning.
Travers will get the bench, I think. It's ironic, because he really hated Gwyn, you know.
Indeed? Why so?
Gwyn was the greatest legal mind in the country, and he'd put Travers down in court on more than one occasion.
Oh?
Travers would have been on the bench now but for Gwyn. But, you see, Travers was inclined to be a bit hot-tempered. His ambition made him overstep his prudence, and Gwyn, who had a passion for the law, once made him apologize publicly in court. That sort of thing did him no good at all. And it didn't endear Travers to Gwyn. Please excuse me for a moment.
Yes. Drink, Father. Ambition. Yes, of course, ambition. Ambition is a very dangerous thing. When a man tries to find his peace with God, he can be said to be ambitious. And for that reason, even priests have been known to be killers.
Now, what are you trying to say? You're trying to suggest that Gwyn was murdered by the court chaplain?
I am saying what I've always said, that Osric Orme did not murder Sir Humphrey, and I know what the murderer looks like.
Oh, come, Father.
The prosecution's story of Osric Orme entering the hall does not ring true. How could any man fire at Sir Humphrey at so close a range and not kill him? Why did Sir Humphrey go into the garden? Why not into the study? It was nearer. His telephone, his gun was there.
But we know he did come out of the house because he was found in the garden.
He never went out of the house because he was never in the house, not at the time the murderer entered the garden gate.
But he must have been.
At the time the murderer entered the garden gate, Sir Humphrey was sitting in the summer house.
But there'd been shooting in the hall. What about the broken mirror, the palm? There must have been a struggle.
Oh, yes, something did happen. But it wasn't a struggle.
Then what broke the mirror?
The bullet broke the mirror. The bullet fired by the criminal.
But there were two shots.
The second shot was fired low. The shock of the breaking glass caused the murderer to fire the second shot.
But who could the murderer have been firing at if it wasn't Gwyn?
Well, in a sense, he was firing at Gwyn. But Gwyn wasn't there to be fired at. The murderer was alone in the hall.
If it wasn't Orme, it still doesn't tell us who it is.
No. Imagine the scene in the hall. The mirror, the tall palm. Now, in the half-light, a man reflected in the mirror would look a little like Sir Humphrey, would he not? Even if the image were only slightly like him.
I'm beginning to see.
Now, Osric Orme could not possibly have mistaken his image for that of Sir Humphrey. We need a man with a physical similarity to Sir Humphrey. That's what I mean when I say I know what the murderer looks like.
All right, it's a good theory.
I'm going to argue one of the very things that you said was so ludicrous and impossible.
What do you mean?
I'm going to base the defense on the fact that the prosecuting counsel has a bald head.
Oh, my God.
Travers?
Didn't you say that Travers was an ambitious yet disappointed man?
But what would Travers hope to gain?
In a German-occupied England, he would hold the highest legal office in the land.
Oh, my God.
Gentlemen, an innocent man's life is at stake. I suggest, Mr. Carstairs, you telephone Inspector Bagshaw immediately. He wouldn't believe a word I say.